So today I'm going to be comparing and contrasting Miley Stewart and Carly Shay. Now I'm talking about Miley Stewart and Carly Shay, not Miley Cyrus and Miranda Cosgrove. So I don't want to see anyone mentioning either of those talented ladies in a negative way. Okay, now Miley Stewart is the main character in Disney's Hannah Montana, and Miley actually has an alter ego named Hannah Montana, and since Miley and Hannah are considered two separate people, I will treat them as such in this video. So Miley Stewart is a country girl from Tennessee, she has a horse named Blue Jeans, she even has a country accent and everything. However, Miley is also a self-absorbed diva, and I think most, if not all of it, stems from her alter ego Hannah Montana. Now, Hannah Montana is a huge pop star, both in the show and in real life, which was so incredible to see. So Miss Montana is over here raking in millions, if not billions of dollars, and all the money she earns basically pays for everything for the people around her. For example, that ranch that they move into in Hannah Montana Forever, that was bought with the money Hannah Montana made. Like it had to be because nothing else would make sense. So everyone basically tries to stay on Miley's good side because she's paying for everything. But I will say it's very hard to stay on Miley Stewart's good side because Miley is very hard to please. She's also a very scary person. Notice how everyone around her is terrified of her. Even her best friend Lily. The only person not really terrified of Miley is her father, Robbie Ray Stewart, who I will talk more about later. Okay, now let's move on to Carly Shay. Carly Shay is the main character in Nickelodeon's iCarly. Her personality is very quirky, witty, and overall just a big goofy ball of sunshine. Now, every Disney/Nickelodeon main character has to have a thing that makes them unique. For example, Miley's thing is that she's secretly a pop star. Now, Carly's thing that makes her unique is that she's the host of her own web show titled iCarly, which, if I'm being honest, I'm not the biggest fan of. Anyways, unlike Miley, who is literally the center of attention everywhere she goes, Carly is strangely not very present in her own show. Like, there are so many scenes in the show where Carly is just absent for no reason and the rest of the characters just carry on without her. For example, in the episode Eyeballs, Carly goes to Yakima to take care of her grandfather for the weekend. We last see her 1/3 of the way into the episode, then she returns, but it's only for the last 20 seconds of the episode. Now, Carly usually isn't gone for this long, which leads me to believe that her absence in this episode was due to a scheduling conflict that Miranda Cosgrove had at the time, because she was working on a bunch of projects like Despicable Me and stuff. However, if you go back and rewatch the show, take note of all the times either Sam or Freddie walks into Carly's house and asks where Carly is, then Spencer says Carly is at the Groovy Smoothie, or she's at a friend's house, or showering, and then Sam or Freddie says, okay, and then everyone just carries on without Carly. Anyways, now I want to take a moment to talk about both girls' families because I think both of them have very interesting family situations going on. Now, Miley lives with her father Robbie Ray and her brother Jackson. Now, Robbie Ray is probably the only person Miley can relate to. Both love music.